the efforts to challenge the city of Chicago in particular around its own values is an intentional political demonstration. And since taking office, we've had more buses arrive in the city of Chicago than all combined from last year. 12 more shelters, 13 more shelters, and growing, as this becomes what is obviously very much a humanitarian endeavor that will impact all of us. The population shift around the globe is clearly on full display. And so as I've continued to work through a plan and collaborating with our alder people as well as organizers and those who are very much concerned about this dynamic, we've identified multiple locations around the city that can be suitable to treat the families and individuals who by law are seeking asylum constitutionally and legally, to have a place that recognizes their dignity. As far as community engagement, that's a constant for my administration, and we'll continue to do that, not just for this moment, but for days to come. And it's great that we are here with our congressional delegation as well. I'm grateful that Senator Durbin and others have been challenging all of our levels of government to respond to this humanitarian endeavor and do it with expediency. Thank you.
I'd like to say a word. Thank you, Mayor. Let me say a word about this. First, I want to thank this mayor for having a perspective on this challenge and understanding that these people have been sent to Chicago by the governor of Texas and other governors with false promises under circumstances which are truly tragic. He is trying to make the best of a very challenging situation, and we all need to stand and help him. But let me get to the bottom line. We are in this conversation today because at least one governor of one state has decided to ship human beings to make a political point. They're making false promises to these people about what is at the end of the line in Chicago and other cities. And many of them are innocent people trying to do their best for their families, as generations of immigrants have done. We need to show that Chicago heart, and I want to thank the mayor for doing that. The bottom line is this: we are in this predicament today because of the failure of the United States Congress and the President over 30 years to pass immigration reform in Washington. That's why we face these extreme situations. I have worked on a comprehensive immigration bill and will continue to, and will sit down with any members of the Senate and House, Republican or Democrat, who in good faith want to solve this problem. But this is being manipulated for political purposes at the expense of these poor people.
Police stations being used as landing zones, that's what I inherited. And I've said from the very beginning that this is not dignified. And so my plan is to move with expediency families out of police stations into housing and shelter that's more suitable. But we've also have made it very clear that we've increased our resources to bring another agency on board to be able to help resettle these families, to move them into permanent housing faster. We've also provided cost savings. Under my direction, we've put forth an RFP for staffing and food and activities to pay Chicagoans to provide the care. This is the type of leadership that the people of Chicago elected. And I'm grateful that we have the collaborative spirit in the air that allow us to build a better, stronger, safer Chicago.